Another wonderful exercise for your back is called a row. You'll notice I use the exercise ball a lot, and when you're not in a gym, this is a great substitute for the fancy, expensive equipment you find at the gym. This is a 65 centimeter ball, which it could actually even be blown up a little bit more, but my thighs should be parallel to the floor, as should yours, when you get yourself an exercise ball. And I am using a band with handles, so I have no risk of cutting off my circulation by wrapping bands around my hands if I'm at risk for lymphedema. The only contraindication for this particular exercise, I'm going to say, is if you've had a lat flap. Now, while you will be able to do the exercise, you may find that you're feeling the contraction in your chest, which is where the lat is positioned now. Because neurologically, everything is still connected. So your lat muscle will contract and relax just as it did when it was in your back. So you can try this exercise, and if you're able to isolate the smaller muscles that are scapular stabilizers, then continue on. But if you find that you're just constantly feeling the contraction in the chest, I would avoid this. Now, for everybody else following breast surgery and radiation and reconstruction, this is going to be another wonderful exercise that will simultaneously help to stretch the chest while you're strengthening the back. So that's going to help to hold that posture and help you to align your spine, preventing degeneration later on, which can arise in the hips and the knees and so on and so forth. Your body works as a whole, so we have to address everything from top to bottom. So I am going to position myself upright, belly buttons drawn in, heads in alignment. Now notice I have this band wrapped around a very weighted piece of equipment, so there's no chance that I'm going to pull this over. Always test your bands and make sure there are no really dry or rigid areas, because that's often a sign that it's time to throw it away. And if it snaps while you're using it, it's not going to feel good. Also, if you have peripheral neuropathy in your hands and you have a difficult time holding on to these bands, I would not advise you to do this exercise, as you might unintentionally let go and it could end up hurting you or somebody else who happens to be around. So to begin with, like all the other back exercises, I'm going to have you draw your belly button towards your spine, bring your shoulders back, and you're going to look straight forward, keeping your head in neutral. You'll exhale and bring your arms in so that your arms are at about 90 degrees. Now, only hold these handles as tight as you have to so you don't let go. Don't squeeze them hard, as that will elevate your blood pressure. And you also don't want to be pushing down and back. So it's very fluid. You're going to pull it in and then slow and controlled let it go. Each time, retract your shoulders, exhale, and slowly let it go. Maintaining that neutral spine while you're drawing the belly button in, and sit up nice and tall. Like everything else, we're going to start and progress slowly. It's most important if you're at risk for lymphedema, so you've had lymph nodes removed or irradiated, because we want to see what your body can tolerate. This is going to increase the circulation of lymphatic fluid, and if you've had nodes removed, imagine several lanes on a highway being closed down, but the same amount of cars are going through. So start with a couple repetitions, very light resistance, in this case a band. You could also do this at the gym on the low row machine, and then work up to 10 to 12 repetitions with that low resistance. Then you can go ahead and increase the resistance. Always check, make sure there's no swelling and that you don't feel any numbness, tingling, burning, or heavy sensation. If you do, you need to consult your doctor right away to rule out the risk of lymphedema.